Welcome to the channel and this continued conversation about what I'm going to call at this point the mystery Merc, because it just seems to keep popping up all these things that are difficult to identify or that we can't seem to sort out. It's been over 3 months since we got the car, and of course we got on trying to get the car registered originally, and started running into problems right away with the license bureau, unable to identify the car. So numbers were searched out on the car, and we started Googling different variations of VIN locations and that. And of course, Google never lies, right? But I found a lot of forums where guys were discussing this VIN identification problem, and I don't know if it's a Canadian thing or if Canadian cars that went to the U.S. Had similar problems, but we actually still haven't sorted this out. This car still had license plates on it that were last registered in 1978, and our license bureau says they still can't find any uh, information of this car existing, which is just silly. So I've been going through a lot of the forums and reading the information provided by various people. And again, you got to take it with a grain of salt. But it kind of seems like a lot of guys know some of the issues that were going on. And one guy for sure identified that there was a tariff war going on slightly between Canada and US on the importation of the cars and parts. And at some point, Canada and US were not identifying their cars in the same manner. And it sounds like, please don't quote me, it's only based on all my reading, that somewhere around 66 this actually got resolved. I was born in 66, so I don't really remember it well. But I just want to show you a couple of the things that we have as actual information. Starting with the door here, I'll flip this around here. So this is the driver's door. It's not on the car, but here's our warranty tag, I believe is what everybody's describing it as. And it actually does give you all the VIN identification. So we know the WW is the Corinthian white paint. I think the 6 is involved in the 60s. I know the 76A is for the convertible. I believe the GL is for the 352 engine. Oh, I'm sorry, and there's an L in there somewhere. Oh, the 63L on the end, I believe, identifies the left-hand drive, because from what I understand, Canada was also building the right-hand drive cars for Australia. The trim 317, I believe, is two-door custom, at least from what I've read anyways. I'll go over here because, so some have identified that the inner fenders or aprons, as some people call them, had the VIN number on top of them. We've looked them both over, and there is no identification on these whatsoever. I've also read that some of them may be on the rad support. This is the original rad support, and I've looked it over thoroughly. There's no numbers on this rad support. It sounds like American cars continue to actually have a spot welded tab that was on the cowl here above the heater. Everybody says it was above the heater. Well, as you can see all the way along ours, there is definitely no tag welded on it, and it doesn't look like anything has been removed. We do have two tags here. This tag actually matches the warranty tag that's on the driver's door. And then this tag is, from what I was explained from a gentleman, is one of the only tags that Ford allowed at the time. And this is actually for the wiper motor. And it kind of made me laugh because here's the wiper motor. It's still actually got the date from 1963 on it. And I got to give it to this company. That wiper motor still works. So we're in the process now of just bracing up the door areas. We've got a few more bars to put in. We got all our plates made, as you can see. So we're going to be lifting the body off the frame, hopefully within 2 weeks. And we've also heard that the driver's side frame rail may have the VIN stamped in the top of it. And again, I've also heard yes and no from reading everything I found online. Right as of this moment, this car doesn't have an ownership. We believe it might have been in the glove box, and all the animals in the car may have eaten it. So there's no identification on this car, but yet there's numbers on this car. So this just doesn't seem in line with anything. But we need to get the car into our own name before we can do anything further with it. So by all means, if you're an American who owns a Canadian car, maybe some of these numbers line up for you. Or definitely, if you're a Canadian and you have an Oakville built car, maybe you can do a comparison on the numbers you have on your ownership and help us out here. Because as of right now, we are still unable to register this car, which just seems crazy. But it seems like 63 was quite a year for things being just not accounted for and etc. So thanks for watching, and we appreciate all the help that everybody has thrown in for us.